Hey, thanks for watching the Creative Underground. Today we're going to go into some music. I know I've been saying for a long time now that I've been working on mixes and things for Third World Sun's new material. So I thought I'd take one song that is going to probably be our first digital single coming up here, probably in this month of June of 2018, and break it down a little bit and show you kind of how it's constructed and how what it's kind of going to sound like. Give you a little preview, and when it's available, hopefully you'll be raring to buy it. We're going to take a look at Find Me by Third World Sun. So, this is Find Me, the audio tracks for Find Me anyways. And it's, if you've been listening to the opening credits for the last few videos, I've been using it as the intro for the Creative Underground. What I want to do is I want to break it down. I've got various audio tracks here that make up the song, and I'm going to show you what it sounds like and what it originally sounded like. So this is our cursor for our timeline. So if you were just to listen to the drums, which is actually the first thing we record, it sounds like this. I don't know what the volume is like on this thing. All right, here we go. So that's the opening verse. You can hear a little bit of Scott's voice spill over because when we recorded the drums, we also recorded a scratch bass track and a scratch guitar track, and we sang along so that our drummer would know where he was at. So from there, we lay down the drum tracks and we lay down the bass track. So actually, I believe this is an all-new bass track, or maybe it's not. It could be the scratch bass that I lay down. A lot of times I try to keep the scratch bass track that we lay down, so we've got that chemistry still going between the drummer and the bass player, creating the rhythm section. So as often as I can, I try to keep the main bass track. I believe this is the main bass track that was recorded at the same time as the drums. And so it sounds like this. Alright, so that's what it sounds like with the bass. And then we had also the scratch guitar, which is here and here. So I actually put a little bit different effect on it for each speaker. So on one speaker I've got one effect, and the other speaker I've got another one. And so we've got kind of a split thing going on with the guitars, which kind of widens the mix. So it sounds like this. So you notice you can't even hear Scott's voice with the drums anymore once the instruments come in. So I took that guitar performance that Scott had done, and I also created another track out of it, which creates the intro here. So now we're going to do the intro. It sounds like this. All right, so now after we recorded that, I went ahead and created a different intro with the fretless bass, which is this track right here. So we'll play that back now. So after we did that, I recorded vocals for the chorus. So before we get to that, though, after I did that, I had Scotty come over, lay down some vocals, his main vocals here, and we'll go jump to the part of the intro here, and then I'll show you the chorus. So Scotty sings the verses, and I sing the choruses on this song. So then we go into the chorus, which actually has multiple tracks here. So in the chorus, I'm actually going to turn on all the tracks and then just mute the ones I don't want to use at this point. Alright. So on the chorus here, so it's basically find me is what we say. Find me. So here we go. There's one track of vocals of me. So I did a few other tracks. Let's go ahead and bring it back and show you what all of me sounds like. So I always double track it. Almost always I double track my voice. Sort of Beach Boys, Beatles style. So it sounds like this double track. That's a double track. And it just creates kind of almost a little slight chorus, a natural chorus effect, and it also strengthens the track and gives you a more solid track. So then I did a couple other harmony tracks. So if you listen back to those with nothing else, it sounds like this. Find me, find me. Okay, and then Biff, our drummer, came over, and he added a track. So his track by itself just sounds like this. A little bit of a reverb on it, I think. Actually blended perfectly by itself. And he also did like a low end here. then, just to add a little extra, Scotty usually does a little something live. We added that in it. It's mixed into the mix pretty heavily. It's kind of actually sounds like this by itself. So when you have all of it, now, it sounds like this. And then, when you hear it all with the music, it sounds like this. Then the other thing I had Scotty add, which we didn't have in the original recording of the drums and the scratch instruments, is the guitar solo. So Scotty's guitar solo by itself sounds like this. The echo at the end is a false echo. I actually created it over here with the last note of his guitar solo, and each step I brought down a little bit further in the volume. If you want to see what that looks like, it's right here. You can see my steps in the volume there. So I did that because just the way he recorded the thing, it just kind of seemed to end a little abruptly to me, and it goes down into a breakdown where the bass takes over. And I thought it would be nice to have a little tail on his solo, so I just did that to make that tail. So, so what does that sound like where we come out of the last Find Me verse, chorus? It sounds like this. Back to the fretless bass.
Everyone girl, fall the sun, the world be heaven and the people be one, yeah. Everyone girl, fall the sun, the world be heaven and the people be one, yeah. Everyone girl, fall the sun, the world be heaven and the people be one, yeah. Everyone girl, fall the sun, the world be heaven and the people be one, yeah.
Anyways, that goes on for a while, and there's a lot faster ending. So that's the breakdown on Find Me, which will be available for digital download here probably before the end of June 2018. So surely you'll get an announcement. Go to paulcarhart.com to get the latest update on that. I'm always updating on my website. I also get the new Elvin's Pet Peeve cartoon up, or a reprint from 1991 or 92. Always gets up there once a week, usually, unless there's some extenuating circumstances. Anyway, thanks for watching The Creative Underground. Make sure to go out and subscribe, share my videos with your friends, spread the word. I hope that people get a lot out of this and be inspired to do their own creative work. And also would really like to get a lot of people behind the Elvin's Pet Peeve characters. So go out. Should be a new cartoon of Elvin's Pet Peeve. Started with the very first ones from 1991 and are going to keep going through those. And then I'll start interspersing the new ones I'm doing as we go. Those hopefully will be in book form at some point. And then there'll be posters and other merchandise with Peeve on them as well. That should be fun. So make sure you get out to cafepress.com /Peeve and get your Peeve shirt. And keep your eyes peeled at the Creative Underground here every week and at paulcarr.com for more info on the upcoming Third World Sun music and what else is happening with Peeve and other things I'm working on. Thanks again for watching the Creative Underground.